What's up, everybody? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm your host, Robert Ardern, and I'm going to do an episode on New Zealand just upped their minimum wage to $20 an hour. Now, I've talked about New Zealand previously as doing a really great job with the COVID outbreak, and it's because they have a prime minister that actually does care about their people, and they trust their government, so they do things way better than we do. Her name is Jacinda Ardern, and the minimum wage went into effect yesterday. So what they did was, and this is how real politicians work, is Ardern framed some of the people that work minimum wage jobs during COVID as the most essential workers. And she goes, basically, listen, we had these people bail us out, and we actually found out during COVID that they are the ones that this economy needs to keep running. So it doesn't make any sense for us to keep them down at such and such a wage. So now they're up at, I think they were something like $15 already. Now it's up to $20 an hour. And that is expected to put over $200 million into their economy next year simply by doing that. And here's the best part, guys. They did it with raising taxes on the wealthy. And it wasn't even that bad. So what they did is their previous tax rate was on anybody making over $70,000 a year, your income taxes are 33%. All they did was say that everybody makes over $92,000 a year, your income taxes are now 39%. So if you make about $100,000 a year, your income taxes are 39%. They didn't do anything else. That's it. So they gave a minimum wage to people that actually needed and proved themselves to be the essential workers in New Zealand by taxing the wealthiest 2% of their country, that's what it was. It was a wealth tax, or excuse me, not a wealth tax, an income tax that only affected the top 2%. And why did they get this done? Because their government actually works for them. They're not bought and paid for. They actually do care about taking care of their citizens. They do care about the livelihoods and the lives of their citizens, which the American government could give two shits about your livelihood and even less about your life. So kudos to Jacinda Ardern and the New Zealand governance there. That's wonderful. A nationwide $20 minimum wage sounds really, really good, and we could do exactly the same thing here, basically exactly the same way. If we wanted a $15 to $20 minimum wage, which adjusted for inflation and productivity, it should be $24 an hour minimum wage, by the way, but that's just data, and I'm a scientist, so take my word for it if you believe science. But yeah, it should be $24 an hour. If we wanted to make a $24 an hour minimum wage right now, all we would have to do is just increase taxes on the 1%. And you can do it this way, income tax. It can be a top marginal tax rate. It can be, just increasing taxes on Wall Street speculation. Anything you want to do, you could pay for it like this. But kudos to Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand. Congratulations. You guys keep doing things like this. I'm going to figure out a way to move my family out there. For goodness sake, man. Could it get any worse than what we have right here? We can't even we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. We're the richest nation in the history of the planet. And we can't give a living wage to our people. So how are we great again? Does anyone else ever laugh when people say we're the land of the free and home of the brave? Like, I always laugh when people say that shit nowadays. Like, if you still believe that, if you still believe that this is the greatest country in the world, you're out of your mind, man. There's only a couple of things the U.S. Leads the world in. And none of those things have anything to do with taking care of our people or how happy we are or how healthy we are as a society. Everything that we lead in is like childhood obesity, disease rates, opioid addiction, amount of money spent lobbying for outdated things to be put into our politics. Like, do any other countries do things like this? No. They've moved past capitalism or are trying to move past capitalism. So here we are, guys. We suck. New Zealand is doing it the right way. So keep fighting the good fight out there. I'll see you later.